guys? My name is Fatima Diallo,
My name is Mamadou Balde.
and we are co-founders of the Women's Relief Initiative. So the Women's Relief Initiative is comprised of 5 members: Jenna Kamaran, who is our secretary; Khadija Balde, who is our marketing manager; and Amina Fatouris, who is our treasurer. They couldn't attend today. So our group began in the fall of 2018, where we, a group of Guineans here at UT, decided to come together and have dinner every Sunday. And on one particular Sunday, we thought about what are some things that we can do to help benefit our community back home. And because most of our members are women, we thought about the privilege we have being here in the United States and having access to menstrual products. And this is not something that a lot of women in our communities have back home. So we decided to do a project to help in these efforts. And our first focus area is a region in Guinea called Lebe. And we hope to eventually expand to other parts of Africa as well.
So this is our agenda. First we'll start by talking about the background concerning this issue. Then we'll move to solutions. Then we'll talk about why this is something that needs to be addressed. And then we will answer questions. So first thing first. So the lack of menstrual pad in developing countries like Guinea cause a lot of issues, including health issues, including diseases and infection. So in the case of women that come out of pregnancy, 21% of maternal mortality is due to postpartum bleeding. Another thing is the addition to the disparity between female and male in graduation rate. Female graduation rate in Guinea is 20% lower than male graduation rate. Few women who are able to afford menstrual pad only have access to no reusable menstrual pad, and those end up increasing pollution in Guinea. Many women in these countries cannot afford or do not have access to menstrual pads, and they turn to alternative uses that are not sanitary. Sometimes leaves, paper, cotton, and even cloth.
So these are a few testimonies. So for this one, this is one of my friends who was advised to use a black piece of clothing instead of a menstrual pad, just because black, you're less likely to see stains on it. And this is another one of my childhood friends who didn't know what a pad was until the age of 19. So the goal of our project is to help bring sustainable menstrual products to the women and young girls in underdeveloped communities to help empower them.
So we've been working with multiple professors and mentors here, helping us design the right product, the right combination to make this product. We do not have the exact price yet, but we are looking into things like pineapple trees, cotton, hemp, and even banana. So the goal is to find things that are abundant in Guinea and use them to make this product. So our focus when making this is absorbency, durability, biodegradability, and affordability in order to make a quality pad. So let's take a pilot case. Consider the village of Sano, Labe. If you take the population of women in that village, then you consider the population distribution, you take the fertile population, you'll be able to come up with a fertile female population. You consider the birth rate in Guinea, you'll be able to estimate the number of births per year in that specific village. Now, imagine if you are able to provide at least 120 reusable pads to these women in that specific village, we can eliminate that issue. Now there are hundreds of villages in Guinea and thousands of villages in the rest of Africa. This is a huge opportunity.
So some of the benefits from our project is that it will not only be creating jobs for the average population in Guinea, it will be a source of income for the women who otherwise don't have a source of income. And it is also a big health relief. It will greatly reduce the number of diseases and infections that arise from unsanitary alternatives. And it is good for the environment. Because our product is reusable, it will not be adding on to the already rampant pollution in Guinea. It will be alleviating it.
The fact that most of us are from Guinea is a great place to start before we expand. Another thing is we have people in place in Guinea who we trust who can help us start this project. We do not have to go and settle there. The fact that we are here at the University of Texas, one of the greatest universities around the world, we have access to resources and professors who will help us come up with the right product for these women.
So let us imagine a baby girl born into this world so excited to take on all of the opportunities that life has to give her, only to realize that these opportunities don't apply to her simply because she's a girl. She grows up, goes to school, only to be surrounded by a sea of boys, never really fitting in. And around the age of 11, she notices red stains on her school clothes. And because she doesn't really know what is happening, she goes home and never comes back to school. And once her family realizes there's nothing left to be done with her, they give her off for marriage. And she lives a continuous life of struggle and hardship. And eventually, she dies. And that is the norm, and the cycle restarts.
As a man who grew up in Guinea, it wasn't until not too long ago when I started researching about this issue, I started connecting the dot why some of the girls in my school growing up miss class in specific times of the month. I started connecting the dot why some of the women and the girls in my family could not join us for prayer, and even sometimes in the kitchen. In many cultures, parents pray every day for the little girls to get a husband, while the little boy to grow up and build a legacy. For many women, this is a natural thing, but for some, this is a curse.
So let us work together to make this a better world for the next generation of girls. And let's break this cycle of women living just to die. Let's reinvent it to allow women to truly live and thrive. Super.
Questions?
So I love the idea that you're taking materials that are abundant where you are to build or to create your product. But whenever you're creating it, who is the actual customer? Who's paying for these products? Is that a charity? Is that the people individually?
That's an amazing question. So right now we are trying to, the goal is to be able to produce affordable parts that can be sold to people that already can afford parts in these countries, and then use that revenue to expand and help the charity that for the impoverished women who cannot afford the part in the beginning.
And as a part of the charity's mission, the education piece, it sounds
Yes.
like that's one of the.
Yes. So as of now, we have created a survey to send out to the women in these villages, just to see like their day-to-day experiences. And the end goal is to, because we can send this out to them, you know, and we don't want to impose this on anyone because part of it is also cultural. So because we want them to also get the educational aspect, we will have trained doctors, mostly women, to go into these communities, into these villages, and explain why this is beneficial for them, and show them examples as to how infections, maternal mortality diseases all correlate to unsanitary alternatives.
And there are so many issues that people that are there for experiencing don't even know. So if you consider the case of pregnant women who just came out of pregnancy, usually in those cultures, parents are separated from their kids.